When did you first start smoking weed? Was it college? Was it high school? Were you deal with a situation with your mom?
I started smoking weed like 15 years old. 17 years old.
Just because, or was it a coping mechanism? Or your homies
at
did it?
15 years old, you hanging out.
Right.
Smoking weed, we smoking weed together, we smoke weed.
Right.
If you smoking weed, I'm gonna smoke weed.
Right.
I don't even think it was for a reason. At that time.
Right.
Maybe subconsciously.
Right. What about drinking?
I don't really drink a lot.
When did smoking weed graduate to something more?
When ambiance changes, you know what I'm saying? Having different friends in different places. Change.
Did you think did it ever cross your mind
I never think I was gonna have no drug problem because from shit that I've seen.
Right.
You know, I've seen
that's what
mothers and aunts.
Most people think that ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah, I've seen mothers, aunts, and fathers come to the park one day, and then the next month you see them tore down. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it.
Yeah, because you're in New York City, so you know what the crack epidemic.
Exactly.
You know what
and I'm an athlete.
Right.
So I thought, I could probably overcome anything, but I never think one hit of cocaine was gonna do that to me.
Right. And one hit got you hooked.
It was like, that time it was the best orgasm I ever had.
Wow. Did the drug addiction lead to other addictions like sex or gambling?
I've always liked women. But it's so funny when you say that because I didn't really realize I could have a sex addiction until I was in touch with me having a drug addiction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you submit to your drug addiction. So you can realize, damn, I think I might be addicted to this or I might be addicted to that.
When you hear sex addiction.
Because coke and sex came hand in hand with me.
Really?
If I wasn't having sex with somebody else, I was having sex with myself the whole night. The whole night.
Right. So it was, be it women, be it watching porn, be it pleasuring yourself, it had to be something damn near daily.
Yeah. 100%.
And you didn't think, so you doing this daily and you don't think you got an addiction, you think that's normal?
But you ain't, when you recording it, you ain't really.
You don't really look at it like that. You can't see
It's like
outside
it's like
from
somebody that
inside.
smoke a lot of weed, right? If you smoke a lot of weed, if somebody smoke a lot of weed and they come here, you like, damn, we smell like weed. Somebody that smoke weed, be like, they not gonna even smell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when you're on the inside, you can't see outside.
You can't, especially with addiction.
So when did you realize? So okay, which do you think you had first, the drug addiction or the sex addiction, or they happen simultaneous?
That was the drug addiction first.
Okay.
But me realizing I had a drug addiction, like, damn, man, you addicted to sex too.
Right.
Because they was together.
In college, obviously, if you're an athlete, the women gonna come. It's easy. And you're like, okay, this is cool. But then you become a professional athlete. It's a whole different ball game, and a whole different type of woman is in play for a Lamar Odom or any professional athlete. Yeah. And you like, hey.
But when you on top, you want a woman at the top.
Right. But here's the thing. Athlete, me being an ex-professional athlete, but damn, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I wish I had met my woman on the way up.
Yeah.
So when I get there, I don't have to worry about, well, damn, I don't know.
But that's
does she worry about being at the top?
But you can't really. If you meet a woman now, you just hopefully that she's driven just as much as you, and
she in it for all the right reasons.
That's just like any other friend or anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's hard for me to meet new friends.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't here like when I was coming up,
forget it then.
What? Because I automatically, what you want?
What you want?
And sometimes I think that about women. What you want? I mean,
but sometimes you gotta just say, maybe you can give them what they want. Maybe you can't. Because no is probably the best word and strongest word in the dictionary.
It is, and it's gotten.
And when the more you say to somebody,
it easier it gets though.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, Lamar. When you're at the level that you ascend to as a professional athlete, being vulnerable and love and weak are two different things. I think sometimes we look at vulnerability and weakness as together. Man, I can't be hen. We call the word henpeck. Man, I can't let her just do whatever.
Yeah.
But being vulnerable in love, I mean, you have to submit. Vulnerability means you'll fall and you don't have to. And you believe that she'll catch you.
Everybody want a woman like that, is like.
Yeah.
Everybody want a friend like that.
Do you believe that? That's the question of being vulnerable. Do you believe that? I believe you had a woman that would do that. I believe Chloe was that for you. You didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah, I didn't.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.